Hello everyone, hope you're all doing well. I thought we would do a little game, a memory game. So I'm going to show you 12 different pictures and you have to try and remember the pictures. Then I'm going to take them all away and I'm going to bring them back. But each time 3 will be missing. So here's all of the pictures, okay? So you've got a car, there's a tree, there's a cute wee doggy, there's a football, there's a burger, there's a pound coin, there's a phone, a house, a cute wee baby doll, a pencil, a clown, and a tennis racket and 2 tennis balls. So try your best, have a look at those pictures, maybe even put a sound with them and that might help you to remember. So try and remember the 12 pictures, get them into your brain, have a good look at them and try and remember each of them. Now, as if by magic, they're going to disappear. Are you ready? I'm going to bring back 9 of them, and I want you to try and work out which 3 have disappeared. So don't do it with the person beside you. Do it by yourself. Just think yourself, and you might, whenever they come back, you can write down which 3 you think are missing. You ready? Go! So which 3 have not reappeared of the 12 pictures? Have a wee think. There's 3 of them are missing. Now, let me show you. I wonder what you got. The first thing that's missing, beside the burger and the phone, is a pound coin. It was missing. The next thing was a tennis racket and tennis balls. And then the last thing was the little doll. I wonder, did anybody get all 3? Did you remember those 3 and they were missing? Right, let's try again. Look at the pictures again. Concentrate on them and boom! They've gone. Right, here they come back again. And this time there will be 3 missing. 3 different ones. Okay, go for it. Which 3 are missing this time? Right. I wonder how you got on. Let me show you. There was the wee cute dog. He was missing. There was the burger. And lastly, there was the clown. Okay, last time, are you ready? They're going to disappear again. Have a look at all 12. They're gone. And they're coming back. Here they come. What's missing this time? Can you remember? Okay, less time this time because you've seen them lots. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What was missing? This time it was the football, the burger, and the phone. I wonder, did anybody get all 3 every single time? If you did, fantastic. You've got an amazing memory. Sometimes it's not easy to remember things. And I sometimes forget things, so I do things to help me remember. And one of the things is use one of these. These are called Post-it notes. So I'll maybe write something on the Post-it note. You can peel it off, and then I'll stick it somewhere that I'll see. So if I'm in the house, I'll maybe stick it on the mirror, or stick it where my keys are in the morning, so don't forget. Or in my office, I'll maybe stick it somewhere on the wall so that I can look at it and I can, I must remember to do that. This is what I want you to do next. And you can do this in pairs or at your tables, whatever your teacher would like you to do. I want you to take a few minutes and discuss all the ways that you can think of that we can do things to help us remember. So things like a post-it note. And think of all the different ways that help us to remember things that we might forget. Have a chat for a couple of minutes. Your teacher will pause the video and then we'll come back and I'll maybe say some things that help me. And you've probably got these too. So you can have a discussion in class, have a chat about it, but the teacher can pause the video now and then we'll see what sort of things you came up with. Well, how did you get on? So there's things like post-it note. I wonder what other things you thought of. I was thinking about a phone. So on my phone now, there's two things I can do. There's a little app on it that has reminders, so you can actually put something in the reminders. The other thing that I use a lot is in my calendar. I put something in my calendar, but you can go down and there's a thing called an alert, and you can set it for 5 minutes before or 15 minutes before, and then just before the thing, there's a wee beep, and you look at your phone, and it reminds you of the thing that's coming up. A lot of people, maybe before we had mobile phones and things, some people would tie a little bit of string round their finger or round their wrist. And then when they looked at the bit of string, they thought, what's that for? And then they would remember the thing that they wanted to remind themselves of. The problem is sometimes I would look at that and think, what on earth have I got that for? I couldn't remember the thing. Some people sometimes write something on their hand if they need to remember something. Sometimes people would maybe have a song or a rhyme to help them remember something. So if you want to remember how many days each month has, there's a little rhyme. It's 30 days has September, April, June and November. All the rest have 31 except February alone, which has but 28 days clear and 29 in each leap year. So it's a wee rhyme that helps us remember how many days each month has. So there's lots of ways to remember, and you've probably said some that I haven't mentioned. Things to prompt our memories. Now, I wonder, what about this? A poppy. I wonder if you know why at this time of the year you see lots of people wearing poppies, either like this, or some have got like a metal badge that goes onto their jumper or their shirt. Any ideas what that is to help us remember? I'm sure lots of you know. Those, of course, are to help us remember men and women who gave their lives for us a long time ago. And the idea came from a poem. The poem is called In Flanders Fields. And this is what it says. It's in Belgium, near France. And there was a field that had all these poppies. Well, let me read it to you. This is the poem In Flanders Fields, where the idea for poppies came from. In Flanders fields the poppies blow, between the crosses row on row, that mark our place, and in the sky the larks still bravely singing fly, since heard amid the guns below. We are the dead. Short days ago we lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow, loved and were loved, and now we lie in Flanders fields. Take up your quarrel with the foe, to you from falling hands we throw. The torch be yours, hold it high, if ye break faith with us who die. We shall not sleep, though poppies grow in Flanders fields. And that's a poem about lots of young men and young women who went off to war and very sadly were killed in war. And the verse that says about the crosses row on row, it's all the little crosses to mark the graves of those people who died so that we could be free. And the poppies were growing in between them. So every year, at this time of the year, we wear poppies, and it's to help us remember something that happened. And boys and girls, it's easy to forget, especially something that happened so long ago. And on Sunday, the 14th of November, it is this year, all across the world, people will celebrate Remembrance Sunday. And it's a time to stop and be still and remember. And I think it would be really good if you did that. And think about the freedom that we enjoy today, but think about the cost of that freedom. Lots of people who very sadly lost their lives. And there's a verse in the Bible in a book called John. And it says, "Greater love has no man than this, than a man would lay down his life for his friends." And actually, lots of those people that died, well, we would never know who they were. We would never have a chance to meet them. We would never have a chance to thank them. But we can remember. And we can be grateful and thankful for their sacrifice to mean that we can enjoy our freedom today. And when you see these, and maybe you've got one, or maybe a wee badge or something, maybe just stop for a minute or two and just remember and be grateful for all the things that we have and enjoy, and be grateful for the cost of that, the sacrifice of men and women who gave their lives for us. And at this time of the year, as we celebrate Remembrance, I always think of another symbol to help us remember a great act of sacrifice. And it's also a cross, like the crosses in those fields, but not a little white cross at a graveside. It's a cross that was on a hill near Jerusalem. It's a cross where Jesus died. And the Bible says that his love was so great that he sacrificed his love for everyone, every country, every person in the whole world. And I always like to stop and think about that as well. But it's important that we don't just do that at one time of the year. We can do that all the way through the year and think about the great love that God has for us. So boys and girls, I hope that all these little activities and things have prompted your mind to make you think about remembering the sacrifice of men and women in a war to give our freedom, and also the sacrifice of God's Son. We're going to celebrate Christmas soon, where we think about Jesus, or God, giving the greatest gift ever given, his Son, so that one day he could show his great love for us. And I hope you remember that too. Have a fabulous day, and I hope to see you very, very soon. God bless.